Hello, hello. Give me a one in the chat box if you can hear me, guys. Nice. David, Michael, Tony, Brian, how's everyone doing? Haha, Harry the big dog, how's it going? Ray, Mark, Shane, Pete. Perfect, loud and clear. Everything is going great over here. Shane, things are pretty much on lockdown, I'm sure, as just about everywhere else in the world. Kids are out of school. Most office jobs are closed. Most restaurants are closed. Most bars are closed. All the beaches are closed. Uh, Grocery stores are still open, even though people are going in and hoarding just about everything now. Started with toilet paper and Lysol, but now it's everything. Now there's no bread. There's no eggs. Meat is scarce. I went yesterday to the grocery store and got literally the last 2 boxes of eggs. And one was for us and one was for my mother-in-law. But I was tempted to give one of the boxes to a young lady that walked up just after me. It was a tough decision though, between my family and her family. But they're restocking, so hopefully all of this calms down and hopefully we can all go back to normal and get food normally. Yeah, someone's saying same in Vegas, same here in London. Awesome. Well, hopefully for the next hour or so, we can just, shut that out and just focus on some business stuff, and walk you guys through some Sendio stuff and get you up and running so you can, well, hopefully most of you are up and running now and maybe just have some strategy questions or things like that. But hopefully, I mean, from what I'm seeing in the support desk now compared to about a week or 2 weeks ago, things have slowed down. We've, I think, finally started got back to everyone and getting back into the flow of things. So hopefully you're up and running at the very least, and just have some questions on, what is best to use it, things like that. So Raymond is saying, is Sendio 1.0 the same as 2.0? No, it is the same. I mean, if you purchased 1.0, you got a free upgrade to 2.0. But 2.0, we pretty much released a bunch of different updates, but we didn't just release them at once. If you purchased 1.0, you would have received my emails, anytime we release new updates. And let me show you how that looks. So I created an actual page in here under tutorials, new updates and features. And in here, and this is one that I just published one as well. So if you missed the email that I sent about it, you can watch this very top video, and it pretty much explains 3 updates that we released. So we added the ability to add multiple Twilio numbers now, so that it can rotate every time you send 100 messages. One of our power users reported that Twilio kind of, I think they throttle you or something. For any time you send 100 messages from the same phone number, they kind of start messing with you. So it works better if you have multiple numbers in there so that you can rotate through them. So we added that option. Another user requested the ability to add attachments to your email broadcast. So we added that. And I believe the last one was the ability to customize the confirmation page. So if you're using double opt-in and that confirmation email goes out to your subscriber, they're going to have to click on a link to confirm that they do want to be on your list. And once they click on that link, before they were sent to a general, you are confirmed page. And this user wanted the ability to customize that. So he wanted to be able to deliver his freebie on the confirmation page. So we added the ability for you to fully edit that confirmation page and add anything and everything you want to it. So yeah, that was a tangent that I went on. Okay, so yeah, so 1.0 and 2.0. So what we did, if you purchased 1.0, we pretty much started releasing updates from the very beginning. So we released 1.0 on February 20th, 2019. So less than 2 weeks later, we released 3 new features. And then 2 weeks after that, we released the new connection to Facebook. And then the following day, we released 5 new features and then 2 new features 6 days after that. So all of the updates that we've released are on this page. Here are 3 new features in April of last year. So here's May. So all the updates are in here and explained. So what we did in 2.0, instead of just doing a 2.0 5 months later with a few features, we waited for an entire year. So we had a bunch of new features. I think we published on the sales page over 12 of them, but we had a lot more than that. I mean, you can see here we had 12 within the first, I think, 3 months. So there's 3 there, 4, 9, 11. So right here by April, we already had a dozen new features, and that's just stuff that we told you about. There's other things in the background that don't really make a difference for you guys that we released. But you can see by April, that's 12 updates already that we did. So when we did the 2.0 launch, we wanted to make sure that we had enough valuable updates to actually do a good 2.0 launch. Okay, there's way too many products that they'll add 1 new feature, 2 new features, and then do a 2.0 launch, and that might work if it's one really big update. But if it's just one so-so update, those don't tend to do too well. So I wanted to do a nice improvement to do the 2.0 launch. And again, if you bought 1.0, you've been getting these updates automatically. Okay, and it's going to be the same thing if you guys bought 2.0. All the updates that we'll be releasing, you guys are going to be getting for free. Okay. Tony is saying perfect time to make money online. Yeah, absolutely. So there is a few things. Brian is saying, is this live? Yes, it is. And Brian is also asking, where can I see which version I have? So if you want to see your version, where is that page that we have? My purchases. Here we go. So under help, if you go to my purchases, here you can see everything that you have. Okay. If it says access, that means that you have access to it. And if you don't have access to it, no, wait. If you do have access to it, it'll say purchased, I believe. And if you haven't purchased it, I think it'll say access. I believe, yeah, because I think there was some confusion on here. If this is clickable, then you do not have access to it. If you purchased it, it'll say purchased. So obviously I'm an admin, so it says that I purchased admin. Okay. Mark is saying, is this being recorded? Yes. Jim is saying, is there a white label of Sendiio? No, there is not. Let me come in here, and last time I think we kind of set up a broadcast, and I think we set up a follow-up sequence. But one thing that I did want to show you guys is how you can start using the tagging system to really skyrocket your open rate. Give me a 2 in the chat box if you guys are currently using the tagging system, and give me a 4 in the chat box if you have no idea what tagging is. All right, so wow, 4. Wow, everyone is posting a 4. One person posted a 3. Wow, okay, so you guys don't know what tagging is. All right, so I'll talk about that and I'll show you how it can really help your business, okay? So pretty much tagging allows you to build groups within your list, pretty much small little lists within lists, okay? And the reason that you want to do that is because you're able to start identifying what your subscribers are interested in, okay? So if I go here to my tags, here. And all of you have this. This was one of the updates that we released for the 2.0, the tagging system. Okay, so if I come here to my tags, you'll see that I have different tags with different amount of people in there. Okay, so this was a campaign specifically for Vid Snatcher. This was a product that I promoted. There's 468 people in that in this tag pretty much, and this tells me that for one reason or another, they opened this 468 people opened this email that was about Vid Snatcher, which is a video marketing product. So now I know that these people, for one reason or another, opened an email that was about video marketing. Okay. And here, this was a private promotion that I did for Sendiio and Genius Lander. So these 625 people, I know that for one reason or another, they opened an email about a page builder. Okay, so now I know that these particular Sendiio users had an interest in a page builder. Okay, so maybe for one reason or another, they didn't purchase this. Okay, so what I can do is I can gather up these 625 people along with these 481 people, because you can see these are pretty much the same tag. So this was the original email that was sent out, and this was the secondary email that was sent out. So now there's about 1,300 people in this list, in these two tags, that I can send an email out that are interested in page builders. Okay, so if there's a good deal on a page builder and maybe they didn't purchase Genius Lander, maybe they did, I can send out an email specifically to these 1,300 people because I know they are interested in page builders. Okay, and I've also recently started creating a global list for anyone that opens my emails, so that I know that these are the people that are actually engaging with my emails. Okay, because when it comes to an email list, and I can show you guys this as well. If I go here to my list, I have, I would say, roughly 60 to 70,000 people on my list. Okay, and you can see, and just one of the lists, if I search for it, no, let's see, it's somewhere here. Oh, we should have a search feature there on the my list page. But I have this list here, Aweber. All right, as I mentioned on the last call, I completely canceled my Aweber and my GetResponse accounts. I'm solely using Sendiio, and you can see here this Aweber list has 21,000 people on it. I don't even email this list anymore. Okay, this is a very old list. And along with my GetResponse list, there's just these two. There's what 37,000 people or so in these two lists. I don't even email this list anymore. What I'm going to do with this list is upload it to Facebook as a custom audience, run some retargeting ads to it, and try to get as many people from this list back on my list as a newly active subscriber, because a lot of these are old, and I don't want to email a list of people that aren't opening it. Okay, and I think the last time I emailed this list, I got a very small open rate. So what I did was I emailed it maybe 2 times, and then I tagged the people that opened the email, and that's it. So those are the people that are opening the email from this list, and I'm only emailing those people. Okay, because all of that plays a factor in your long-term reputation, because getting your emails into your inbox, it's pretty much like an SEO formula as well. Okay, and one of those things that you do not want to be doing is to continuously be emailing people that are not opening your email. Okay, it just, over time, it shows Google that, hey, why is this guy continuing to email an email address that isn't being opened? Okay, so what you want to do is you want to drill down to people that are actually opening your list. Okay, and that's where the tagging system comes in. So if I come over here to my tags, if I were to email just these 7,800 people, there's a good chance that I'm probably going to get 20 to 30% of these people to open this email. So I'm reaching a much more targeted list. I can probably get a lot more opens from this 7,800 person list than that Aweber 21,000 person list. Why? Because I've tagged these 7,800 people as people that have opened my email. Okay, so every campaign that I've sent out over the last, I'd say 3 weeks when I created this tag, these are clearly people that have opened my email as recently as 3 weeks ago. So I know that they are active subscribers. They are actually opening my emails. All right. So that is one reason you want to be tagging your subscribers, is to know who is actually engaging with your emails. But then you can take it a step further, okay? Because I've also created a tag in here, which I'm going to be getting more in detail about, which, let me see if I can find that. Should I get a search feature on here as well? But either way, I have another tag in here of everyone that's been clicking on links within my email. Okay, so now that takes me a step further. Now I know people, now I have a group of people that have opened my emails, and now I have a group of people that have clicked on the links within my email. Okay, so those people that have clicked links within my email, they are even more interactive of a subscriber than just people that open. Okay, now does that make sense to you guys? Give me a 5 in the chat box. Okay, perfect. Cam is saying, what's a good open rate? For the internet marketing niche, I mean, honestly, if you're emailing an older list or someone that's been on your list for a while, so if I were to email that Aweber list of 21,000 people, since I've been building that list since what, 2012, if I were to get a 3% open rate on that list today, that is an amazing open rate for that list. However, if I were to email that tagged list of 7,800 people and I got a 3% open rate, that is a horrible open rate, because again, those are people that have opened my email within the last 3 weeks. So with that list of 7,800 people, I should get at least a 20% open rate, okay, at the very least. But here, let me see if I can find that list. And you can see I have 13 pages of tags. And look, here's something that I created as well, which I'll talk about. But I've created a re-engagement list, okay? And what I'm doing with this re-engagement list is I'm gonna, any new list, and I'm gonna go back and do this as well. I created this, I think, a couple of days ago. I'm gonna go back, and any list that I've created, we've added a new update, or I think we added it just after or just before the launch. We added the ability for you to automatically move people that are not opening your emails to a new list, or tag them to a different tag, so that you can start re-engaging them. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do with this re-engagement list. I'm going to start adding people that have not opened my emails, and see if they're still willing to stay subscribed. If not, I'm going to ask them to unsubscribe. I'm going to be like, hey, I've noticed that you haven't opened my emails in a while. If you want to stay subscribed, all you have to do is click this link, and when they click that link, I'm going to tag them with something else and remove them from the re-engagement tag. And then anyone that continues to stay on the re-engagement tag after that, I'm just going to go ahead and delete them, if that makes sense. But now I'm getting off on too many tangents. And here's another thing that I've done. So what I'm going to be doing is tagging people based on the month. Okay, so in March, I created this maybe a week ago. I should have created it at the very beginning, but I'm going to start doing this at the beginning of every month. I'm going to be creating a tag based on who's opened my emails for that month. Okay, and in the last few days, I've gotten 3,000 people into this March list. And again, I'm going to do that every month just to start keeping track of who's actually opening my emails. Okay, because that's who I want to reach. I can have a 70,000 person list all day long, but if I'm only reaching 10% of those people, then I'd rather forget about those other 63,000 people. If I'm only reaching 7,000 of those people, those are the people that I want to be emailing. Okay, because again, if you email 70,000 people where you're just constantly only reaching 10% of them, long term, that's gonna damage your sending reputation. Okay, and Google and all the email service providers are keeping track of all of this information, and it does harm your long-term reputation when you're emailing them. And here it goes. Look, here's that list that I created. So I have a global click list as well. So 1,000 people have clicked the links in my email within the last week or so. I think I created this one last week. So these are hyper, engaged subscribers. They are actually clicking links in my email. Okay. And here's another way that you can use tags, and I'll show you how to create a tag now here in a second, so you guys can start using this. But here, if you want to start building tags for people that are interested in specific topics, you can do that as well. Okay, so that whenever you have a promotion coming up and you want to only reach people that you know are interested in that topic, boom, you have them tagged already. Okay, that you know that these people are interested in SEO, so I'm only going to email these people because I know, hey, okay, these people are interested in SEO. Okay, and same thing, if you email a list of people that have bought your products, and then you have a list of people that haven't bought your products, you can use tags to move one person from a free subscriber to a paid subscriber, so that you know, hey, okay, these people are actual customers of my products. All right. So that's pretty much tagging in a nutshell. You're creating subgroups or sub lists within your main list so that you're only reaching certain subscribers. Okay, and let me show you some of the results that can allow you to have. Okay, when you are only sending out emails to people that are actually opening. Okay, so let's see, where are we going? All right, so let's compare this. Here is a webinar that I ran this past Tuesday, I believe. And here I emailed my entire list. Okay, so I emailed a list of, and actually let me just search for that campaign alone. Okay, so if I search for Brian, this was a webinar that I ran with Brian, and it's something that I really want to share with you guys. So I'll ask you about that at the end of this webinar, because this was really something really cool that he shared, and it's all around email marketing. But we were running the Convert You promotion for you guys, so I didn't want to run both of those and kind of just bombard you guys too much. But here, let's do this. All right. When I first started this campaign, I was just, if my email wants to catch up to me, let me turn off that Skype notification. Should have probably shut down Skype. All right, come on. Oh, almost had it. There we go. Do not disturb. Okay. Perfect. So this is the campaign that I started. When I first started this campaign, again, I sent out an email to my entire list. All right, so here you can see I selected the actual list. These are not tags. When you email a list, it'll say list here, and then when you switch over to tags, it'll say tags. Okay. So what I did here was I sent an email to my entire list, and you can see here I got an 8.4% open rate, which is really good on a list of 21,000 people. Okay, but one thing that I was noticing here as well is that my emails were being sent an hour or two late. It was being very delayed, and I'll talk about what I discovered and what I did and how it improved after I talk about tags. But pretty much I reached out to one of my email consultants, and he told me, look, I can see that you are emailing that within this 21,000 person list, there are 167 emails that you are emailing that are full, pretty much. So whenever you get a Gmail account, I guess it can get full, meaning that you get too many emails and that's it. You have reached your data and you haven't opened an email using that Gmail account in a while. And when that happens, that Gmail account pretty much can't receive any more emails. So if you continue to email that account, Google notices and it starts to pretty much prevent your campaigns from being sent, or it sends it in a big delay, and it's something called a deferment. Okay, it defers your campaigns, and it pretty much delays everything from being sent. I'm not an email expert, but that's pretty much what I gathered when I spoke to the email delivery consultant that I have. Okay, and I'll talk about how I fixed that and what I did as well after. But pretty much decent stats there, 8.4 open rates. Okay, and then what I did after that is I started going into tags. I'm like, okay, let me create a tag of the people that have opened these last two campaigns, because I sent 2 days worth of emails to my entire list. So this campaign here, okay, was sent also to 21,000 people, and it got a pretty good open rate as well, 9.1%. So 1,900 people opened this email. So this is a really good open rate when it comes to the internet marketing niche of a list of about 21,000 people. Okay, most people on an older list or semi-older list are probably getting about a 3 to 5% open rate. So 9.1% is really, really good. But then again, since Sendio allows you to send to unopens, here you go. I reached an additional 1,200 people on the secondary campaign. And for this one, again, I reached an additional 1,200 people. So what I did is I went in here and I hit the stats button. I should open that in a new window. I hit the stats button. I went over here to the open tab. And here in the bottom, you can click email to all opened. You can also email to all unopened, but obviously I want to first get to the people that have opened this campaign. Okay, this tells me that these people are interested, and the subject line of this email to start got their attention. Okay, so if I sent them a follow-up email, there's a good chance they're going to open it because the original campaign got their attention. Okay, does that make sense? Give me a 6 in the chat box. Does that make sense to you guys? All right, perfect. Tons of 6 coming in. Great interaction. Perfect. All right, so there we go. Opened, email to all open. So I created a tag for all of those four campaigns. If I go back, oh, did I go too far? Yeah. All right, let me go to this page. So I created tags for those 4 campaigns. All right, and let me show you the difference that it made. Come on. If my internet wants to load. Come on. All right, there we go. So here are the 2 campaigns that I ran. Oh, and actually did three days worth of campaigns. Okay, so I did 3 days worth of actual sending to my entire list. So this was another day, and you can see 21,000 people again, and here about 20,000 people. So I reached an additional 2,300 people on the 3rd day of emailing the full campaign, and then since by this day I emailed out to my email consultant and I'm like, hey, look, I've gotten 3 days in a row where these emails are just being sent way too late. Okay, this is a time sensitive campaign. Since this was for a webinar, I needed the emails to be delivered on time, especially the one where I'm going to tell them, hey, we're live, join us. So what I did was I went to he told me that he's like, look, you're somewhere on this list, there are people you're emailing those emails that are just being blocked by Gmail, so that's preventing your campaign to being sent immediately. Okay, so what I did was I knew that for some reason, okay, there's some emails in there that are acting up, so I went to start emailing the tags. This is one group of tags that I've created over time of people that have opened my emails. I believe I started creating these tags from 3 or 4 months ago. So there are some older lists on this email. So there's 58 tags, 8,300 people, 5.1% open rate. This is not too good of an open rate for this particular list. However, here is the campaign to the 6 tags. Remember, there's 3 days worth of emailing to my full list and 2 emails a day. So there's 6 tags here. it went to 7,000 people that opened those 6 campaigns, and look at this, 24% open rate. Okay, that is a whole lot better. I'm reaching a much more engaged list because I know they're interested in this. They've already shown interest at one point or another by opening one of these emails. And then the secondary email, it reached an additional 12.2% of people. Okay, so another 722 people. So now I reached 2,400 people with a much smaller list, okay, with just a list of 7,000 people, okay? So that right there, I'm reaching 2,400 people with a list of 7,000, okay? So that just completely changes the game, and it overall improves and shows Google that, okay, you are maintaining a good, healthy list, and you are emailing a good, healthy list long term, okay? Too many people focus on the fact that you need to have a big list, and you really don't. Okay, you just need to have a targeted list of people that actually want to hear from you. And that's been my sole focus over the last year, is just drilling down and really emailing people that actually want to hear from me. Okay, so if for some reason you stop seeing my emails coming in, then that's probably because you haven't opened it in a while, and I'm just, I'm filtering people out and only reaching people that actually want to hear from me. Okay. So Kenneth is saying, if I have a list of 100,000, it would be best to downsize the list into 5 tags of 20K. Is this a good strategy? Well, no, you don't want to just split your list. I'm not splitting my list when I'm doing this. What I'm doing is I'm reaching the people that are actually opening my emails. So if you have a list of 100,000, you want to send out a full email to the 100,000 people, and then just start creating a tag of the people that are opening that email. So a list of about 100,000 people, let's say that 10% of them, you see that you start getting a consistent 5 to 10% open rate. Okay, so that means that between 5,000 and 10, you're only ever reaching 5,000 to 10,000 of those 100,000 people. Okay, just start emailing those 5 to 10,000 people. Forget about the other 95 to 90,000 people. They're not opening your email regardless. So why are you gonna put your sending reputation at risk just for the feeling of, hey, I have a list of 100,000 people? Yeah, it's a huge list. I'm gonna make a bunch of money with this huge list. But at the end of the day, all of your money is being generated by the 5 to 10,000 people that are constantly opening your email. So just start creating a tag for those people that are opening your campaigns. And then over time, just start emailing that smaller group of people. Okay. And this is what's going to happen. This is a much smaller group of people, 7,000 over 21,000, but I got a lot more opens from this campaign. Okay, and it's a much smaller list. Okay, so it's not about the size of the list. It's not about splitting your list or anything like that. It's about segmenting your list. Okay, tagging your subscribers so that you know that they actually are opening your emails. Okay, so all right, so that's pretty much how you can start skyrocketing your engagement with your list and building lists of people that are actually opening. Okay, and remember, with Sendiio as well, we have 3 ways that you can create tags. You can do it manually, like the way I just showed you. Okay, where you can go back to all of the campaigns that you've ever sent. You click on the stats tab, and then you can start manually creating different tags based on these different things. So you can do create an open tag, you can create a clicked tag. Okay, you can also create a tag before you even send out the email. So when you're creating your campaign, if I come here to add broadcast, you can start doing it automatically, which is what I've done with the global tags that I've set up. Okay, I'll come down here and you can see we have add tag automation. You click on that and it'll say add to tags when they open. Okay, so I'll come here and I'll select the global. This is my open global tag. Okay, and if I add a link into here, okay, click here. If I add a link, then you'll see what happens. An additional field opens up, google.com. Click OK, and you can see since I added a link now I can tag people that click on this. So if I'll do clicked, my global clicked list. So now once this email gets sent, this is going to happen automatically. Anyone that opens this email is going to start being added to this global list, and anyone that clicks on that link is going to start being added to this clicked link. Okay, so that's how you can do it automatically. But if you, again, many of you probably already have campaigns that you've sent out, so just go back and do that process. And again, I did it myself. I created 58 tags manually, that because I've already sent so many campaigns that I had to do that. I had to go back and do it manually because we hadn't had the tagging system yet. So yeah, so that's how you can go back, how you can do it automatically, and how you can do it manually. Okay, let me see if there's any questions here. Bob is saying, I'm not really sure I understand your question. You're saying, do you make enough money to live? Oh, I get your question. So you're asking if I make enough money to live from email marketing. Yes, I mean, email marketing is my bread and butter. That is the majority of the income that I make is from email. Everything that I do funnels back to email. So if I'm ranking videos, if I'm running Facebook ads, whatever it is that I'm doing for traffic, it all funnels back to my email list. Okay. Yeah. Would I'll go ahead and rank a video just to make a few quick commissions? Yeah. I do that, all the time. But for the most part, I'm funneling everything back to email. Okay. I've been making money from my email list since 2012, I want to say 2013, and it's still my number one income source. Okay. So yes, and it's the number one income source for the majority of the marketers that I know and the majority of the businesses that I know. Every business uses email. Okay, so yes, you can make a lot of money from email. Tom is saying, please explain when to assign a specific tag. I assume it's somehow after the email is sent. So I believe you're asking about the tagging system. So I just showed you. So you can do it automatically when the email is before the email is sent. But if you want to do it manually, since you already have broadcasts that you've sent, again, you go to your stats page for any particular campaign. You go to the tab that you want to create a tag for. So if I come here, let me just do this one. This is the stats page. And then here you just click on any one of these. I always do either opened or clicked. I don't really care about bounce. The bounce people, those are being removed from my list automatically. Reported, same thing. Unsubscribed, same thing. I don't care about those. You could do a delivered one, but it's pretty much going to be the entire list pretty much. So you can go to open or clicked and start creating those tags manually. Just click on any one of these two and it'll create a tag automatically. So let me just do it now to show you guys. I've already created a tag for that, but I'll just do it just for the sake of showing you how it works. So when this happens, a tag is automatically being created and a broadcast campaign is automatically being created. Okay, so you can see, boom, this tag was created and it took me directly to a broadcasting page to send out an email broadcast. But I don't want to do that now. So what I would do is I just close this out and go to the next campaign, okay? And do the same thing. Click on open, create a tag, boom, and then I just close it on. Usually I open these up in a separate tab to go a little quicker, so that when I created all of those tags manually, all I did was open multiple at a time in a new tab. So here I just opened 3 new tabs, and I'll do that same process. And as soon as it creates the tag with the broadcast, boom, I just close it out, and then continue on with the other ones. All right. Perfect. So what else do I want to cover? I covered that. How to skyrocket. Okay, how to clean your list. This is one thing that I did 2 days ago. Okay, which really helped out, and it solved that issue of my campaigns being sent delayed. Okay, and what I did, which I pretty much removed about 1,500 people from my list. Okay, you can see now that same 39 list that I've selected now says 1,900 people instead of 21,000 people. Okay, and pretty much what I did, it is a paid service. And for those of you that are elite members, we will be integrating that with our elite packages and doing it for you. Okay, so that anytime you import a list, it gets cleaned for you automatically. But let me show you what service it is that we're using. Okay, so it's pretty much clean13.com. And this is an email cleaning service. They pretty much identify bad emails that are on your list and they remove them. Okay, or you remove them. All right. And that's pretty much what you want. You want to, and this is all credit based. So depending on how big your list is how many credits you buy. But here you go. Okay, this is one that I cleaned again, what, 2 days ago or something. So you can see it was 21,000 people, and now I got 19,000 verified emails. So 1,800 bad emails were identified with this platform, so that I can ensure that I'm removing people that I don't want to be emailing 1,800 bad emails. That is going to be just horrible for my long-term reputation, and it was showing. Okay, my campaigns were being sent 3 to 4 hours late sometimes. Okay, so here you can see I cleaned my Aweber list, but even still, I mean, I haven't even emailed this. I also cleaned my get response list. But here, let me show you the kind of stuff that they do. And let's see. So here's a report. Okay. So they identified 679 undeliverable emails. So I removed those. Catch all emails 304. These are domain of email addresses that accept all email, and it is impossible to determine validity. If the email address was acquired organically or you have confidence in the validity of the email address, then send at your discretion. I just went ahead and removed them right away as well. Role emails. So apparently these are bad as well, since most people don't really check these. So these are email addresses like sales at whatever their domain is, marketing at whatever their domain is, info, things like that. So they strongly recommend removing these from your list, since again most people don't really check those emails. Spam traps. So this was something that I was pretty much eye-opening for me, that people actually set up emails just for spam trap emails. So they kind of try to harm your email reputation by creating spam trap emails. And they also identify people that are highly likely to complain about getting your email. So I definitely wanted to remove these people. And bots. Okay, obviously you want to remove bots. Unknowns. I didn't remove these. I'm going to be doing a re-engagement list because he says email addresses that cannot be verified at the moment. So what I did was I removed everything else but this 535 person list, and I'm going to be sending out a campaign to see how many of these people open and tagging those as well. So they also have malicious emails, malicious domains. So I had 5 malicious domains on my list. I removed those. And disposable emails. These are temporary email accounts that is designed to only be used a few times before expiring. So 21 of those that I removed as well. Okay, so this is Clean13. If you want to use them, go ahead. I don't have this is, I'm not trying to sell them. I'm just giving you a recommendation. They work for me. It's something that I'm going to be doing. And again, we will be doing this automatically as part of our elite service for our elite members. So once we'll be getting working on getting this integrated over the next month or so, because it truly works. I mean, my emails were being delayed, and I believe it was these 127 emails, because most of these were Gmail that were full, that were causing an issue, pretty much, and a lot of these as well, undeliverable. Yeah, I think it was mostly this one, because it said, you can see here, it says over quota, so they were full. So it means that I'm emailing possible 679 emails that are they're full, right? There's no reason I should be emailing them because they're not getting them. So that's pretty much what I did. That's how you can clean your list. And all you have to do is pretty much come in here, upload a list, and then they do it for you. Okay, you click upload. As long as it's in a CSV file, it'll fix it. It'll clean it for you, and it takes maybe 10 or 15 minutes depending on the size of the list. So I highly recommend cleaning your list. This is one cleaning service. I think there are other ones out there, but this one worked well. All right, so that's how you can clean your list. Let's do some follow-up sequences. Okay, let's set up some. Let me check some questions and see what's going on over here. They're saying, how can a sequence be based on tags? Great question. Yes. So if we come over here to sequences, okay, so if I add a sequence, and the same goes with broadcast as well. You can choose list or tag. So here I am setting up a new sequence. So here are tags, and you can do existing tag emails or new tag emails. So pretty much if you already have a tag created and there are emails on there already, you want to do that. Okay. And then if you want to do any new emails that get added to that tag thereafter, you can create another sequence and then you do the same tag, but you just switch it to new tag emails. Okay. So existing tags here at this point, if I do opened, if I want to do let's do that global list. Global opened, okay. You can also exclude certain lists and exclude certain tags, but this is pretty much how you can do it. Yes, you can set up sequences based on tags, and that's what I'm saying as well. So when you are creating tags, you can also start moving people from tag to tag. And when you're sending out campaigns, let's say you set up a sequence for a specific tag so that, all right, let me start this over. Let's say I send out an email to a group of 10,000 people, and that email says pretty much, hey, if you are interested in Facebook, click on this link. And if you are interested in SEO, click on this link. Boom. So let's say that sends out to 10,000 people, and let's say 5,000 people click on the link that's about Facebook. Those 5,000 people are now going to get tagged as someone who's interested in Facebook. Okay. So boom, as soon as they click that link, they are added to the Facebook sequence. So let's say I have a sequence here for Facebook people. Okay. And then the people that clicked on the SEO tag, boom, I have a sequence for them. And since they clicked on the SEO tag, they get added to the SEO tag. And then I might even have a tag set up so that if they clicked on both of the links, then I have a sequence that talks about both of those topics. Okay, so those are the kind of things that you can do with tags as well. You can start sending out emails specifically to encourage people to pretty much tag themselves, and then based on what they're tagging themselves with, you have follow-up sequence firing off automatically to those now more targeted lists. Okay, because now your subscribers are tagging themselves, telling you what they're interested in, and you have follow-up sequences waiting for them that are going to talk to them about what they just told you they're interested in. Okay, so hopefully that is Ed Rivera saying boom. Yes, absolutely. Frank is saying, what is the cost of Clean 13? Let's see. It's all credit based, so I think you can create a free account and then you just buy credits, or maybe they have certain amount of, look, if I click add credits, here we go. So 10,000 credits, 97 bucks. 25,000 credits, 137. 50,000 credits, and pretty much depending on how big your list is the one you want to buy. So if you have under 10,000 subscribers, just use this, and all you need to do is pay a one-time $97 fee, and that's it. You can clean your entire 10,000 person list. So one credit is pretty much one email. So if I wanted to clean a list of 9,000 people, it would be 9,000 credits, pretty much. All right. Pretty inexpensive service, and trust me, it definitely works. So I think I forgot who it was that was asking about having 100,000 person list. before I even start tagging those people, what I would do is I would come in here, spend the 497, get that 100,000 person list cleaned, meaning you want to remove, okay, all of those people that are undeliverable, catch all, role addresses, spam traps, people that are highly likely to complain. All of those people, you want to remove them from your list, um, and then you start tagging them. Okay, so if you have a list of 100,000 people, there's a good chance that you're making some decent money from them. So spend the money, get that list cleaned, and start, really reaching people that um, email addresses that are of good quality. And again, it will show. I'm telling you, it will show when you clean out these bad emails. It does help. Okay, it helped immediately for me. um yeah, Frank saying it's very reasonable. Clean 13. Yes, it is. Carrie the big dog is saying tagging is good. Yes. Oh, someone is saying, Tony, thank you for that. Million verifier is $99 for 100,000. Oh, nice. That's a great recommendation. So let's see, million verifier. Thank you for that. Let's see. Let's see, million verifier. That's a good deal too. $99 for 100,000. Bulk email verification service. Remove all your hard bounces at the lowest cost. Well, is this only hard bounces? That's the thing. Or if it does all the other stuff. Mm, not really sure. But yeah, I mean, if it's just hard bounces, that could be. If you want to just remove hard bounces, that is definitely a good deal as well. But if you want to, I'm not sure if they do all the other stuff. Tony, maybe they do. I don't know. Maybe you want to come on here and read a little bit more about um, the other stuff. But here it says remove all your hard bounces. So just talking about hard bounces, which is also very, I mean, it's very important to ensure that all your hard bounces are removed from your email list as well. Okay, let's see. All right, so we talked a little bit about the follow-up sequences and doing that with tags and lists. You can also do lists there. All right. But one thing that I do want to cover as well is the way that you do either to existing list emails or new list emails. So if you already have a list within your um, account and you want to create a follow-up sequence to those existing list emails, you're going to do existing list emails. But what's going to happen is it's not going to send this campaign to any new emails that get added to your list thereafter. Okay, so that's why you want to have your sequence to the new list emails, and then you can go ahead and create another campaign for that same list, but instead you're going to create new list emails. And that's going to now ensure that you have two follow-up sequences set up. So you have the one for the existing list emails and for anyone else that joins your list in the future as well. Okay, so does that make sense? Give me a 7 if that makes sense. Perfect. Courtney is saying, how can I get help connecting to Wix and Convertri? To Wix, you can message our support desk. I'm not really sure. I've used Wix very, very little, but for Convertri, you can reach out to their support. And there's if you have trouble working with Convertri, our integration is already there, so it works flawlessly. If there's any issues with Convertri, you can reach out to them and they can check out what's going on. Oh, Tammy, that's a good resource there. Saying JitBit list cleaner will clean 20,000 for free. Let's check that out. It's a great resource. Don, let's see. We don't just validate, we verify your emails. What service is that? Don, you can post that. I'm trying to see if you posted it before, but I don't think so. Oh, million ver. Okay, so yeah, so million verifier, I guess it does do that. So it does do a lot more than just clean hard bounces. Oh, look at this. This is pretty cool. Free email list cleaner. 1 email per line. Let me post this in the chat box, and I'll post million verifier as well. So this is a free one. That's nice. Million verifier. And the other one's clean 13. Yeah, so if you have 20,000 person list or less, I guess you could use this. Let's see what they do. What's being cleaned? Invalid mailboxes, typos, duplicates, malformed emails, non-existing domains, invalid MX records, no email server found, and disposable mailboxes. Also common gibberish and keyboard mashing like ASD. Well, this sounds at least like it does a good amount of cleaning for free. It's pretty cool, and no account creation needed. They do have some pricing though. Let's see what else. Hosted, download. Not sure what that is. Let's see. Not sure. This took me to something completely different. But here they have a free list cleaner. There you go. All right. Zero Bounce looks pretty good. Let's see, zerobounce.net. Perfect. So now we have definitely plenty of options. And guys, trust me, I avoided list cleaning for a very long time. And ever since I've started doing it and also using tags, it's made a world of difference in my email marketing. Award-winning email validation service. Oh, they allow you to try it for free. Get registered now and get 100 free. All right, so you can clean 100 email addresses for free, and you can try their email validator for free. Nice. All right, so I'll post this one as well. Zero bounce. Perfect. Tony saying zero bounce is my former cleaner. Perfect. So I guess Tony used uh, zero bounce and million verifier. Perfect. All right. Let me see. Naomi saying, wait, do you pay once and then just reuse the service so long as you have less than the total number of credits? Yes, absolutely. So I bought, right, at least for Clean 13, I believe I bought 50,000 credits, or maybe 75,000. Yeah, because I have 21,000 here, 19,000 here. I think I bought maybe 25,000 credit. I don't know, 75,000 or something like that. So there's close to 60,000 here, and I have 6,000 left. So maybe about 70,000, not sure. But yeah, I have 6,000 credits. So I could still clean 6,700 subscribers pretty much. Robert saying, hey Josh, I love these training sessions. Quick question, can I get a walkthrough on how I can move away from GetResponse and start using Sendiio plus SendGrid as my SMTP? Yeah, sure. So that's a good question. Let me show you exactly how I did it. Okay, well, number one is I cleaned my list with GetResponse in here. So you can see this is my GetResponse list, but pretty much I exported my list from GetResponse. I cleaned it. Then I brought it into here to my list. I added a list. Well, first you want to go ahead and connect SendGrid if that's what you're using. So we have actually SendGrid connected as a third-party mail service. So third-party add account. SendGrid is right here. So pretty much you put your name, your username. Here you can call it SendGrid, so you know that that's your SendGrid account, and I'll show you where that becomes relevant. Username, your API key, the from name that you want to use, and the from email that you want to use. So your API key, you find it inside of your SendGrid account, okay? And from there, once you have this added, it'll be an option for you to select when you add a new list. All right, so if I come here back to add a list, when you create a new list and SendGrid is already connected, you click third-party mail service and it'll show up here. So you can see I have 3 third-party mail service accounts connected. This is where that name becomes relevant. Okay, so here I have Send13. I have I don't even know. This might be my SendGrid one here, or I'm not sure. Yeah, this could be my SendGrid account that I have, and then I have MailJet in here as well. Okay, so you'll be able to see that just like this when you connect your SendGrid account. And let me fill this out. So I'll do demo get response. The sender name, Joshua Zamora. Here's that feature that I mentioned before where you can remove inactive subscribers automatically. So if I put 3 months and then I'm going to move them to, oh, what did I just press? I'm going to move them to that re-engagement list. So let's see. Here it is, re-engage. Okay. So what this feature does is it allows you to automatically start moving inactive subscribers. So pretty much people that are not opening your email in the last 3 months, they haven't opened a single email, and you can set this between 1 and 6 months. I like doing 3 months just to, just to give people the benefit of the doubt. 3 months, you haven't opened my email, you're going to be moved to a list for re-engagement. The other option you have is to completely delete those inactive subscribers and don't even mess with them anymore. That's totally an option as well. And depending on how big your list is, Robert, you can either copy and paste them here, or since we do accept exported files from GetResponse, you can just choose that file exactly as you exported it and import it like that. Or, if you do use a cleaning service, which I highly recommend you do, to get any of those bad emails from your list, you clean it and then you download it from that cleaning service, and then you do the same thing. You choose that file and you upload it like that. And then your list opt-in mode, it could be normal or double. You choose your unsubscribed footer. All right, and you do want to make sure you set up, well, you have to set up your unsubscribed footer. This pretty much allows you to comply with CAN spam. You'll have to have your unsubscribe link in there. You'll have your address in there and any of your disclaimers in your unsubscribe footer as well. We do have a tutorial video for that under the email section on how you can set up your unsubscribe footer. And then that's it. You certify that you're going to follow pretty much our sending policy. You hit create and you're good to go. Okay. And the good thing is that SendGrid is one of our integrated options, so it's very simple to get that added in there. Rocco is saying, can I upload a list I have in Excel? Yes, you can, as long as just make sure you have your headers in there. So on an email, on a Excel sheet, just make sure that the first line is the column for email, or at least one of them has an email header. So at the top it's going to label what that column is. So it'll say email, address, phone number, whatever it is. It has to have an email section, and it says it here as well. So if you click on this question mark, it says you can upload CSV, XLS, and XLSX files. Your spreadsheet must have an email column. Okay. And all other columns that your document have will be considered a custom field and will be assigned to the current list. Okay. So yes, you can email a file from Excel. Lourdes, is there a detailed tutorial for what? Let me see if I can find your other question. Lourdes. No, but for detailed tutorials, yeah, we have just the tutorials for just about everything here and broken down into each section. So we have Facebook Messenger, SMS text, email, general, new updates, new features, ringless voicemails, Twitter, and the webinar replays. Okay, the replay for this webinar will be posted on this page once I get it rendered. Michael, yes, it is. Robert saying, hi, I have to leave for recording. Yeah, so we'll probably be on here another 5 minutes or so. I hear my daughter already waking up from her nap, so I have to go grab her. But yeah, I'll be going through a few more questions and then I'll stop the webinar and the replay will be in there. Lourdes, okay, so is there a detailed tutorial to set up Sendiio? So yeah, so Again, here under tutorials, and it's a little bit hidden. So if you click help, it'll tell you tutorials, my purchases, bonuses, and our support. So if you click on tutorials, depending on what you want to set up, if you do email, pretty much this is the walk. This might actually be perfect for you. So the first session, I pretty much talk about what I'm talking about now, pretty much how to navigate the members area, where to go to find what you need, things like that. Okay. And then here are tutorials on how to set up Sendiio. Okay, at least for the email part. And then if you want to set up the text part, you go to the SMS text. Then if you want to set up Facebook Messenger, you go to the Facebook Messenger tab, and so on and so forth. Thank you, Nikki. Same to you. She's saying stay safe, you and your family. Best wishes. Perfect. Kim is saying I need this too. I'm assuming the step-by-step tutorial. So yeah. So guys, we have each tab has its own step-by-step tutorials. I do recommend, again, watching this. Go to the email tab, and I think I got it on the webinar replays as well. But go to this page, the email tab, and watch this video here, which was the last walkthrough session that we had. I pretty much walk you through how to navigate, where to find things, and I also address a lot of the common questions that we've been getting in support. Lourdes is saying, is there a Facebook group? I keep getting asked about that. Give me a 7 in the chat box if you guys would like me to create a Facebook group. Mike is saying, what a great webinar. You're the best. Thank you very much, Mike. All right, tons of 7 coming in. Okay, I've been very hesitant about creating a Facebook group, but I keep getting asked about it, so I will. Yeah, Kim is saying, oh, I hate Facebook, but maybe. Yeah, it's not that I hate Facebook. It's just that the way their algorithm works, especially for groups, and I trust me, I've tried creating a Facebook group before, and I actually have a group of about 8,000 people, but it started turning into a massive support group instead of, you know, strategies and things like that. I found myself stuck in the group trying to help people with support issues, and the way that their algorithm works is that if let's say 10 people automatically, you know, they bombard the Facebook group with support questions, and for one reason or another I miss 1 or 2 of them because I'm replying back and forth to the other 7 or so threads, those other ones get buried, and the ones that get commented on last start moving up, you know, towards the top. So I start losing people, and then that person that felt like I ignored their question will post another one, be like, hey, you know, you haven't gotten back to me, and it just starts to get overwhelming because I don't want it to turn into a support channel. Okay, because the best support and the way that we can keep track of ensuring that we resolve your issue is through our support email, because with our support email, and I can show you guys how that looks. It's just an email address, and the reason that I like it so much is because it creates kind of conversations. Okay, pretty much anytime you email our support, as long as you're using the same email address and the same subject line, and you're pretty much replying to the same back and forth email, we can keep track of what we're doing. Okay, so if I log in here, I'll show you guys. My internet goes very slow. You can see right now we have 13 support tickets that have just came in. You can see right here. And if I reply to Doug, if I reply to him, it's pretty much like an email client, okay? And I'll be able to, if I reply to him and he replies to me, it all stays within the same conversation, okay? And as long as he continues to reply, it's going to show up here, and I'll be able to, you know, look back at the history that we've had. Just in case, you know, I forget that I was helping him, I'll be able to quickly read what I've been talking to him about and get a quick refresher and continue helping him. Okay. So this is the reason why we like using support channels, because I can keep track and nothing gets missed. Okay. So if I create a Facebook group, I think I might have to just spell out some rules and also be honest that I'm not gonna be in there all the time. I'll check in every once in a while, um, because again, I you can lose a lot of time on Facebook as well, because you go in to try to help someone in a group, and then you have a family member that's messaging you, and you get distracted, and that's it. It just starts being a big distraction. Martin's saying to make a rule of no support questions. Yeah, Mark is saying Facebook is Satan spawn. Andrew's saying have to boot them if they don't follow the recommendations. All right, so at least a good amount of you guys are on board with this. So again, I do have a group already of about I think 7,000 or 8,000 people. So I might just send you the link to that one, and fire that one back up, or just create a new one. I'll see after this call. I'll definitely do that. So there's plenty of sevens that have came in about a group, and I keep getting asked about it. So I'll go ahead and create it and deal with the consequences out there and set up some good rules. One thing too, I forgot that I wanted to mention, if you guys are interested, okay, I only want to do it if you're interested, but I ran a really good webinar with a good friend of mine, Brian, on Tuesday, and again, I didn't bother you guys with it because, I was talking to you guys about Convertry, but he set up a platform where he is able to deliver targeted email traffic, guaranteed targeted email traffic for any niche, any location, pretty much any offer, whether it's affiliate or local. And he guarantees the traffic, okay? And you can send it to a squeeze page that is linked to your Sendiio account that you built your list with. You can send the traffic directly to affiliate offers. You can send the traffic to the way that he's positioning it is he uses it as his done for you traffic offer for local businesses. So he has a good agency set up where he offers targeted email traffic to local businesses, because the amount of data that this platform has is very scary. So you can filter down and get traffic from people that are female or male, that have a certain amount of household income, that drive a minivan, that have a American Express card. So I mean, it was mind-boggling, and I actually got access to it a few days ago, and I'm going to be using it myself to get traffic. So if you guys would want to have that be the next session, give me an 8 in the chat box, because that it really blew my mind. And he guarantees the traffic that you get. All right. So, and Anthony's saying, is that for the U.S. market only? Yeah, it is for the U.S. only. Because this kind of, and he mentioned that on the webinar as well, is like the kind of high level data, like the CI kind of, is very, very freaky. It's like CI level data. They can't get it globally. It's for the US, but they do have members of theirs that are providing the service. Even though they're in another country, they are able to provide this done for you email service to local businesses in the US without even having to be in the US. So it's honestly one of the best webinars that I've been on in a while. Martin is saying, sorry, no UK. Yeah, they don't have this kind of data in the UK available in their system. But again, they have people in the UK making money in the US using this platform. They have people in Australia. They have people in Spain, all around the world using this platform to get access to this data, and then they just use it to offer it as a service to businesses here in the US. Okay, and businesses here in the US would die for that kind of targeted traffic. Perfect. So awesome. So there was about 25 eights that popped in right now. So it definitely seems like there's some interest. I'll reach out to Brian to see if he's willing to do it again. Since we just ran it again, we just did it Tuesday, so it might have to be next week. Perfect. More eights coming in now. Martin is saying I'm locked down in Spain. See your point. Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, especially now as well. I mean, since who knows how long we're gonna be locked down for. I mean, I'm telling you that webinar has had my mind spinning since I saw it on Tuesday. Nicholas is saying, what do you mean with traffic? How is the traffic generated? Can you please explain? Yeah, so it's they have their own database of pretty much just about everything. Okay, so you can it's like, let's say you go in to a website like this and you can request for them. They have different filters that you can use to request traffic, email traffic for anything you want. Okay, so they guarantee the traffic that you get based on the amount of clicks. So if you want, say 1,000, 1,000 clicks or 2,000 clicks or whatever it is, you can go in and get that guaranteed traffic. So they'll email a list of about 50,000 people, but that 50,000 people will be filtered based on your criteria. So if you want to reach just males who are athletes, or just males that or you can also reach business owners. So one thing that they mentioned is right now small business loans are going to pretty much explode because of what's going on in the world. So a lot of people are going to be, looking for small business loans to kind of float them through this whole thing. So you can reach out to just people that are business owners in certain niches. You can reach out to just electricians. I mean, so many different things. I mean, again, it's hard for me to explain. It was so much insane data and insane information that they shared that it's best for me to let them explain it, because I mean, it was really scary CIA level data that they have access to, and I haven't seen anyone be able to get access to that kind of stuff when it comes to actual email traffic. Okay, you can send email campaigns to this database of people, and again, you decide what kind of people you want to reach, and they'll deliver that traffic. They do everything for you. They'll create the email for you, they'll write the email for you, they do the creative, they do everything. All you have to do is just tell them what traffic you want. That's it. It's just crazy. um they are saying what's the cost. So I mean, I'll be honest with you guys, it was gonna be, I had this webinar scheduled with them back in, I think, January, when they first reached out, and I didn't have any open slots until this past week. And when I first reached out to them, it was $997, but uh, the morning of, we had the webinar at 12. No, we had the webinar at 2 p.m. I think he messaged me like at 9 a.m. He's like, hey, look, I know it's supposed to be at 997, but with the whole coronavirus thing, would you mind if we do 697 as a special deal? So I'm the only one right now that is offering it at 697 to get access to it. And then there's other components to it. So if you guys are interested, again, I'll get a webinar scheduled and they can explain everything. Perfect. So it's 1:50. Let me go ahead and get this shut down. I think I hear my my daughter like really wailing now. So my time is short. But again, thank you guys. I'll go ahead and send this replay out to you guys. I'll send out a link to the Facebook group. I'll decide whether it's new or I use my existing one. And I'll send out an email about that other webinar as well to see if you guys are interested in that. But besides that, whether I hold that other webinar or not, I do plan to have a few more of these webinars. It seems like you guys are enjoying them. You guys are definitely continuing to show up. We had over 200 people on this call again today. So, I mean, it seems like good training. I'm just on here sharing you guys what's working, how to use it, and I enjoy these as well. So I will keep continue to do these. So thank you guys, and I will be in touch into your inbox with all this information. So you guys stay safe, listen to what the health professionals are telling you to do, and everything's gonna be okay. So I will talk to you guys soon.